Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining our webinar dedicated to Microsoft Dynamics Sales Integrations. For those who are joining this webinar series for the first time, my name is Olga Sadarov and I represent Business Itera, which is a Microsoft partner operating in the Baltics and in Finland, and we work with comprehensive IT solutions in such spheres as ERP, BI, HRM, and CRM. And we have more than 100 people in the team, and we have more than 20 years of experience. So here are our main areas of competence, but today we are focusing on CRM solutions. And in terms of CRM solutions, we mostly operate with Microsoft Dynamics Sales Solution and Microsoft Project Operation Solution. So this is a webinar which belongs to a whole series about Microsoft Dynamics Sales Solution. And we have met most of you for quite some time, and we have spoken about the choice of the platform, the product, which is a foundation for you to build up your custom-made CRM solution. So we have showed you Microsoft Dynamics Sales standard functionalities in a demo session. We have spoken about selecting an approach of IT project implementation. And we have also spoken at length about your customers and customer database, customer card and all the related data and activities which are related to your customers, and the processes which are related to sales and support cases. Today we are talking about integration, and next time is going to be our last time for this series. We are going to talk about a built-in BI module. So why are we here today and what are we going to focus on? As I have mentioned earlier, Microsoft Dynamics Sales is a very flexible platform. It is actually a platform with very few limitations in terms of functionality design and functionality availability, and also integrations, which means that this is a platform which can be set up according to your particular business requirements, and we can adjust it to work for your particular business. The same applies to integrations. This is a very open platform, meaning that we can integrate it with various solutions. And the question here is that because of this flexibility and because of this openness, sometimes customers end up with overburdened solution or over-integrated solution. Because there are all those options, people tend to use this flexibility and they do not get that holistic approach, they do not get that synergy where the flexibility of the product actually benefits actual company needs. So today we are going to talk about the right questions to be raised when thinking about CRM solution architecture, about potential risks which can be related to integrations, about the topics that you would probably want to consider when thinking about your solution architecture. And we will try to walk you through a very simple case study so that we have those steps that you will probably want to consider when integrating or implementing your CRM solution. So let's start with the technical aspects. And the technical aspects at this point have not really much to do with the technical availability or the technical limitations of the platform, because what we tend to see is that the main problem with integration starts before asking how we can integrate a particular platform. The main issues happen when the customer would like to integrate all the minor local external solutions they already have, instead of actually analyzing the functionalities themselves. So even though we are talking about implementing a very comprehensive and large platform, sometimes the customers tend to end up with a huge comprehensive platform plus all the legacy from the past. So how does it look? Imagine there is a salesperson who has to use all kinds of applications just to walk through her day-to-day processes. So probably she's using a teeny tiny CRM solution where she has her customer database and main lead information and main processes, but also she uses Outlook and she stores her file somewhere in SharePoint. And maybe the company has some call recording app because it is very important to know how the salespeople are communicating with the customers. And there is a marketing team separately, and they have their own marketing solution. And maybe there is a security and insurance team. And of course, our diligent person has a nice to-do list, which is written in her nice notebook. So if we look at this process, it is very messy, and she needs quite a number of solutions just to handle her day-to-day activities. And when we say, okay, it looks like we are tired of this, it looks like we need another nice, comprehensive, large CRM platform, and we do not want really to have all those numerous solutions. Unfortunately, what very often happens is that the person still has all those applications and the person still has all those solutions, but in addition to that, she also has a comprehensive solution. And yes, it does get integrated with the rest of the numerous applications. And then we have data flows from one solution to another solution, but the person actually has to deal with still so many applications. And the whole structure that we are getting is not any easier, and the whole solution is not efficient. We just add another functionality to existing solution. So instead of that, what we actually should do is analysis, a very nice deep analysis of the functionalities in place. And we should start with understanding whether the functionalities needed can be substituted, can be replaced with the functionalities which are already within core platform. So maybe we need to leave some of the solutions that we are using now, and we should stick to our new comprehensive platform. And also some of the functionalities or some of the external solutions which are a must. For example, usually they are very basic solutions like file storage. So if the company are using the file storage in SharePoint, they do not want to keep all their files in sales solution only. So they're probably still going to use the storage. So this is a must. But for this, we can use a built-in connector, and we still consider this module to be a part of a whole platform. So we are not talking about a custom-made external solution and a very complicated integration. So if we do such an analysis, we actually see that the biggest part of the solutions in use can be substituted. And we end up with a better structure. So we have the comprehensive CRM solution, which includes all the to-do lists and leads and maybe a marketing module and a contract management module. And in the background, the solution is also connected with the file storages, with Outlook, and it also has Excel import-exports if you say that there is still going to be need to have Excel as a source of data, for example. But the person themselves are only using one application. And this is what we ideally would like to achieve. So not only are we looking at data flow and we want to understand how the data gets from one application to another application, we also want to see the flow from a user standpoint. So we would like to see whether the user is actually operating with numerous solutions, or there is one comprehensive platform and the user can use that to insert data and not to go to all the other places. And if we structure our solution design this way, we actually see that in this particular case, there are probably only two potential custom integrations. There is a call recording app, which may be really a very nice app, and maybe the customer does want to use that in the future. And this is something that we cannot substitute with standard functionality, so it can be. And for BI solution, it could be a question mark, since if we are talking about BI solution based on sales data only, then we have a built-in module, which is also a part of the core functionality. But if we are talking that sales data should be a part of a larger BI solution, for example, the company has a huge data warehouse and sales data should be compared to ERP data, or one country data, sales data should be compared to another sales data. So this is the case in which your Microsoft Dynamics Sales will be just another source of data. Then probably that would be another external integration. But we end up with a much clearer picture of the solution that we are going to implement. So the second thing I would like to pay attention to is that the reason why we want to start with analysis and understanding whether all the integrations are actually needed and whether all the external solutions currently in use should remain the same or some of them can be substituted, is that in addition to the process complexity which we can create for the users, we also create complexity in terms of solution architecture. Because if we have a number of external solutions, no matter how easy they can be, and as I said, in case of Dynamics Sales, the platform itself is very open, it's not very difficult to integrate it with anything. We should understand that every time we have an external solution integrated, we have a potential risk of having to invest more efforts, money, and time to support this integration. Just because your CRM solution is going to be upgraded, an external solution can also be upgraded. So maybe the owner of the products are going to change logic, and maybe there are going to be new data fields, and you will have to adjust your connector or your direct integration. So those would be always aspects just to be considered, something you have to pay attention to. So this is why we don't want to overwhelm your general solution with external integrations, and we try to minimize them to keep it efficient. So talking about this architecture standpoint and whether every kind of integration does overwhelm the solution, or we are talking about a particular type, we now need to differentiate integrations and integrations in quotation marks. So what do I mean? Lots of situations which would end up in a real complex integration in case of minor CRM platforms in Microsoft Dynamics Sales are not actual integrations. Those are flows which happen within the whole solution. So for example, we are talking about transferring data from one CRM solution entity to another CRM solution entity, or we are triggering some flow, we are triggering some action, but no external systems are going to be involved. So for those who have been with us from the very beginning of this webinar series, have also seen this wireframe of an opportunity card. So, but this would be just one example. For example, let's say that you consider an opportunity card and you create quotes. And we have seen actual examples in real life where companies use external solution to generate document numbers. So it is very important for the company to have a particular logic for number series, for all the documents, for contracts, for quotes, for whatsoever. And some companies do have a separate solution which only has the logic needed for the company, which does generate the number. And that means that whatever systems produce any kinds of printouts, any kind of documents, they will have to be integrated with this number generating solution. In Dynamics Sales, we can have this solution within the solution itself, which means we can have the same logic in a sales platform, and you are not going to have external integration for that. So, and we can have a lot of examples of integrations or triggers of flows which are actually happening on the same platform, and therefore no integrations are just needed there. Another type of so-called safe integrations are integration with Microsoft products. And if we get back to our ginger-haired salesperson, you see that she's using some of Microsoft products. She's using SharePoint, she's using Outlook Calendar and Outlook Mail, and she's using Excel. Maybe she's also using ERP solution, whether it is a business center or finance and operations, or maybe she's using Teams. Whatever Microsoft platform product she's using, most likely there is a connector supported by Microsoft, meaning that this is not a custom-made connector, meaning if Microsoft adjusts any of their products, whether it is a sales platform itself, or it is SharePoint or Outlook or whatever other product it is, the connector will be upgraded with them as well. So you are not going to appear in a situation when a third party and a product owner adjust their product, and therefore it cannot be integrated with your core solution anymore. So those integrations are very much out of the package with Microsoft Dynamics Sales, and they are very low risk in terms of solution architecture. Another low risk application is all about plugins and add-ons. And here the logic is very much the same as all the apps you're potentially using for your mobile phone. So whether you're using Play Store or App Store, there are all kind of minor apps that you can use for your phone. The same way you can use apps and plugins developed by Microsoft partners and available in app stores. So for example, in case of ERP systems, you can have all kind of localization modules, you can have all kind of express report modules, and whatever other functionalities you would like to add to standard functionalities. The same situation is about sales. You have all the partners, all the Microsoft partners who would like to develop additional functionalities, offering their add-ons and plugins as a separate app available. And in this case, we are talking about a custom-made solution. So this is not Microsoft exactly standing behind the solution, but we are still talking about a product what has a whole team behind it. And we know that this is a product created exactly for Microsoft Dynamics Sales, and therefore it is supported. So it is a low risk situation, so where we can have a minor add-on and use an app to get a particular functionality which is probably missing in standard. And now finally, we have the situations when we still need to consider integrations with an external solution, and sometimes you just cannot avoid those, and this is okay. So in case of our sample case scenario, there was a call registration or call recording solution, which is a very common situation. But also we have had customers who cooperate with the government a lot, and therefore they need, for example, to have queries and receive certain reports from the government or receive certain information input for their sales solutions. And in this case, we do have to create those integrations. So this is not a deal breaker at all. It is very doable, and in case of Microsoft Dynamics Sales, it is not too expensive but too complicated. But you have to remember and be aware of the support needed after that. So once you develop the integration with an external solution, which is a completely different third-party solution, you will have to think about support. So from time to time, you might want to adjust the connector they're using or adjust the integration logic. So if we want to sum it up, we can say that in case of integrations, you should have as many integrations as necessary, but yet as few as possible, at least when it comes to external integration. So because the platform is very flexible and very open, and technically you can integrate it with whatever you want, you should really think carefully about not overusing this flexibility, and having wise and solid foundation for your comprehensive solution. So what kind of topics should we consider? Let us say that right now you have fragmentary minor solutions covering the different requirements of your business, and now you see that you want to have a comprehensive solution. You are not sure whether there should be any integrations at all, and maybe you don't have a list. So let's take a look at a sample list. It may vary from company to company, and of course every customer has their own business requirements and their own needs, but the short list would be this. So first of all, what you might want to consider is your ERP solution. And if you don't have a well-developed ERP solution, so probably you don't have lots of resource planning, lots of purchase order systems. Usually you do have some finance solution for sending out sales invoices. So the question is, do you want to have it integrated with your sales solution? Do you want to have billing information available in your sales solution for sales people? Are they going to benefit from it? And the other way around, do you want your sales process to end up with an order getting directly to your finance system? If yes, and if you are using a Microsoft finance system, so the connection is very easy because it is Microsoft provided, and it's upgraded and maintained by Microsoft. If it is a different solution, so there will be a custom-made integration, but still very available. Another question would be BI, and by BI I mean not sales database BI, because in the case of sales you are going to have it within your solution. But if you have a major warehouse and you really want to have your sales solution as one of the data sources and you want to see it in a larger picture, then you are going to consider it to be an integration for sure. Also, document storage, in case of SharePoint, it's very easy. In case of any other solution, so we need to consider that. Mail and calendar, any mandatory external systems, all kind of call recording apps, because usually they are very much related to salespeople work. So when they provide some calls, you probably do want to have more information about it and have a recording if necessary. All kind of design apps, and for example, when you want to have beautiful color classification of your customers, or you have a particular dashboard created and available as an add-on. All kind of documents creation. Of course, there are standard functionalities, so you can create quotes and contracts and agreements and orders. But maybe you want to use your system also for creating beautiful marketing materials, and you want to have beautiful quotes within that, and there are special add-ons for that. All kind of time tracking systems, because very often we have the situation when salespeople benefit do depend on actual leads and sales processes and opportunities and the revenue salespeople bring to the company. So we have seen the situations when time tracking systems and HR management solutions have been integrated with sales solutions. So you can actually measure whatever salespeople are doing in their sales solutions, and chatbots, all kind of marketing solutions as well. So that would be a short list that you probably want to consider, and at least think like whether anything of this strikes you as a very necessary feature in case of your business. So let's try to summarize what we have been talking about, and let's just see it very step by step. So the first step would be a very deep and honest analysis of your solution as is. And this is where we would really like you to think about all the roles which are potentially impacted by your coming CRM solution. So, and usually those are not only salespeople. So usually they can be maintenance team and marketing team, and managers will also want to have at least some overview of the activities and numbers and analytic data from the sales solution. So thinking about all the people who are engaged into the process or impacted by this project in any way possible. Think about solutions, all kind of your minor solutions, all kind of the solutions people actually use day to day, and those solutions may or may not be substituted by a comprehensive platform. And think about processes. And as we talked before, so processes should be processes in case of data flow from application to application, but also process from a user standpoint. So if we substitute, if we create such an architecture of the solution, what would that mean to a user? Is the user going to use one application that would be their main tool to complete all their tasks, and then the rest should be synchronized with whatever are the solutions needed? Or we still have the process where the user has to go to numerous various solutions to actually fulfill their day-to-day responsibilities. Once we have this analysis, think about low-risk integrations and low-case opportunities that are provided with the core solution that can be used. So first of all, can we substitute some of the external solutions with built-in functionalities, with actually CRM core platform options provided within the solution? If there is something which cannot be substituted and we need still to have it as an integration, are we talking about an integration with external third-party solution, or can we use built-in integration cases? And can we probably use easy to integrate plugins and add-ons? And after that, we are only getting to big external solutions integrations. A few keywords. So the general idea would be holistic approach and trying to end up with a comprehensive solution without Frankenstein solutions, where we have a solution building up from external minor pieces, where you actually are not benefiting from a comprehensive platform. Instead, you are just building up another bigger structure. Proper analysis and design. If you work with Business Itra, we will be very happy to help you with that. If you work with another IT partner, please feel free to demand analysis and design, because without it, you will have not clear structure of the solution. Knowing your risks, no matter how easy integration might feel, and in case of modern solutions, those are very easy integrations, you still should understand that supporting those integrations is going to be an effort. And number 4, documenting. Documenting in case of integration is absolutely crucial. And this is something that you want to keep. This is something you want to know. So all the partners engaged know how your integrations are built. So that was my message for today. Next time we are meeting to talk about built-in BI module. And we are going to talk about different ways that you can use that to fulfill your sales responsibilities. You are all welcome. And unless you have any questions, I thank you so much. If you have any great questions, ideas after the webinar, please feel free to send those questions to us. We'll be very happy to help you. Thank you so much and have a nice evening.